Now it's time for the next part, and that is putting the formula in place. I already increased my zoom, so it's probably more clear for you to see what I'm doing, because I'm going to show you something that is very important, and this is probably not very common use, but we need to do this because we want later on to make sure that the graph can distinguish every month and every day of the month in the graph. And this is very important. That's why we're going to make another part that is not common but very useful, because this is the way how you can combine 2 or 3 criteria in one. A big secret. So let's start with the first thing. We want to have the month and day, because I will show you later on the combined version. Yes, and I will show you here. If you look here in the input data, let's zoom in as well. You see here the month and the day. You see that there's no dash between, and most commonly it is dash. And you see also the coding is different. So what we need to do? Well, let me show you. First of all, we want to make sure that we can extract the month out of the date. Like in this, we want to extract the month out of it. Yes, and we need the exact match, because later on we will start searching on exact matches. So what we need is very easy. We first use a formula called text formula. Yes, and then we select open parentheses, and now we need to select the following. You see here 2 things. I will click this to increase the zoom. So you can see here the explanation. It says here, give me the value. I want to know what value I need. And next, I want to know the format text. So how do we need to format it, and what do we need to extract out of it? So because we only want the month and not the number. So we first select what we want. That is clear. We want to have this D2, and that is the 3rd of January. You can see it here, but that's not a problem. And next we want the value, so we want the text, and we would type in here MMM, that stands for month. We put this in quotation. Once you do it for quotations, you can see instantly there's a value coming out, and that is January. This is what we need. So once we did that, let's go down and put it all in for the 500 values, and you can see it is working perfectly. March, here is March. Let's go up, let's zoom in. February, and we can see here many different. October, we can see everything that is working fine. Same story now. Now we want to make sure that we can extract the number. So we do here also the same coding. Text, open parentheses, and then we select again the value. Well, let's zoom in a bit more. We select value, and now we want the number, and the number in a date that stands for D number, because it will go for the day. So once you do that, you only select one D and no double D. If you do double D, you see it will get here 00 or 03. That is not necessary. It will automatically see if there's like a 10 or a double digit day. So I'll show you that. So once you press OK, you get this value. We can go down here, and you can see here 10 will be automatically extracted. So everything goes very good. So we select this and go down. We drag it all down. Once you did that, you're done as well. And now we need to combine the formulas. So how do we do this? Probably you just already saw a formula, so that's very easy. So first of all, what we want, if we look at here, let's go back to input data, we want January, we want first the 3 and then January. So what we do is equal value, and we want space between there, so we do ampersand, we select space, we do double quotation, and between this quotation we need to put the space. That means like that will communicate we need space between these cells. And then we again press space, and one more time ampersand, and then we select the month. Once you did that, you can press enter, and you see instantly 3 space January. This is very nice and very useful. Now we can select this, and we drag this all down, same style, and there you are. Now to make it a bit more nicer, we will just select this all and put it in the center. Beautiful. Let's double check everything. Are we done? We are completely done. Oh, here I didn't put it in the center, but it does not matter. It looks more nicer in the center. So now you have the first part, and this is very important. Later on, we're going for the next part, but before we can do this, we will have to prepare the machine room. And I call this the machine room just for one reason. This is the engine. Without this, here's all the basic formula that should never be touched, and that is the reason why I create this red. It should never be touched. But it needs to be there because there all the formulas will be combined to that. So that is in the next lesson. So before we continue, I want you to create a exercise or start to do a action exercise. In the next video, I'll show you what that will be.